All right, so we'll practice another phase shift problem. Okay, so just like we've been doing, this is just adding one step to everything that we've been doing. Okay, so this looks just like the notes and the practice problems we've been doing. See, I have the spot for the center line, the amplitude, the period, and the phase shift now. Okay, so again, one thing that you could do to help yourself out is to write, the parent function with the transformations in it. Okay, so that we can see what we have going on here. Well, K is my vertical shift. That tells me where my center line is. So my center line is at y equals 2. Do I have a change in amplitude? No. But what is that negative there for? That's actually a reflection. So that negative is a reflection. So our cosine is going to be upside down. It's going to open down. Okay? This is my B. So I definitely have a change in period. So period is 2 pi over B. So this is 2 pi over 2/3, or 2 pi times 3 over 2, which means my period is 3 pi. So our amplitude is 1. And since I have B and H together, I do have a phase shift. And the equation for phase shift is H over B. So it's 8 pi over 3 divided by 2 over 3, which is 8 pi over 3 times 3 over 2. 3 and 3 divide out. This changes that to 4. So 4 pi. So my phase shift, since this is positive, we're going to the left 4 pi. Okay? All right. So here we go. Start with our parent function. We're dealing with cosine. So the parent function for cosine looks like this. Okay. So again, always start with your horizontal stretch or compression. Okay? So in this case, my stretch is stretched to 3 pi. So it's still going to start here, but now it's going to end at 3 pi. Now, this is a little trickier because of the fact that it's not going to be on the actual marks, but we know halfway between 0 and 3 pi is 3 pi over 2, so we know that's where this minimum is going to be. And then halfway between here and here is basically right there and right there. So this is my change in period. Okay. Now, at this point, I would also deal with the fact that I have a reflection. So basically, any of my positives are becoming negatives, my negatives are going to be positive. So this reflects down to -1. This stays here at 0. This reflects to +1. This stays at 0. And that reflects to -1. So here is my reflected cosine. Next, we're going to the left 4 pi. Okay? So all of these coordinates, so this gets moved over to 4 pi. 3 pi ends up at negative pi. 3 pi over 2 will end up at 5 pi over 2. And then your zeros will end up here and right there. So there is my shift. And then the last thing we need to do is shift everything up 2. So this goes up 2, this goes up 2, this goes up 2, and this goes up 2, and then this one goes up 2. There we go. And that is my final transformation.